I'm Froggatron. This time we have TEAMPEPEGA versus I.K.E.A for our Week 1 match. And if you were just here literally like 10 minutes ago, you just saw Aftermath versus Icers, and you saw an incredibly great match. Like, that was so close. And I have gotten the ready from both teams, so let's just get right into this. I hope teams are ready, because somebody is typing. I don't want to start the match while they're typing. But Aftermath versus Icers was a great match. Aftermath won with a 2-1 with one draw. And both teams were ready to go. So let's get right into it. If somebody says to wait, then I will just pull back to the lobby. But our first map will be Nepal. It's going to be the same map that you guys just saw in the last match. So we will be seeing Nepal, Eichenwald, Temple of Anubis, and then Route 66. With Lijiang Tower being a tiebreaker, which hopefully we'll have a game similar to like the one we just saw a few minutes ago, where it's just going to be very, very close. And then later on tonight at 6 o'clock, we will have ZG, formerly known as the Warriors, versus Moisty Boys. So, should be a really fun match going into that. A lot of old players, a few new players, but it's a lot of players from former teams that have since disbanded, and so on and so on. Looks like we're going to see a Junkrat come out from the side of TEAMPEPEGA. Whereas, jeez, it's going to mess with my mind, just the fact that I just did this. I.K.E.A is going to be running a Reaper Pharah composition. Jesus, I'm gonna lose my voice, my mind's gonna get destroyed after these matches. It's gonna be a great day for me. Ryan competition is coming from both sides, but it looks like TEAMPEPEGA is gonna be running a more standard brawl style with the Zarya. They're gonna actually be running the Pharah too. And TEAMPEPEGA gonna have the first pick of the fight and make that 3 picks. Junkrat coming in with 2 very shortly after. Although Lug is going to be able to take the pick onto the Junkrat. He's still alive, but will take out 4 Cactus, the Brigitte. And it looks like this is going to be I.K.E.A's chance to start moving in. They're going to start flipping this point over into their favor. Zarya on the point. Actually, it's not Zarya, it is Moira. Moira, though, pulling back, and this point will flip over into I.K.E.A's favor. These fights already barely going back and forth. TEAMPEGA really picking their battles wisely here. They don't want to push in. They knew they took out the Pharah, but with that Resurrect, they don't want to push in too aggressively. And that's 2 picks with the side of I.K.E.A, and now they're going to start pushing in, forcing TEAMPEGA back to their spawn. And that looks like a complete reset for I.K.E.A. About 40% for I.K.E.A to capture this point. Earthshatter comes out. It's going to catch the Mercy, but she's going to get blocked off by her team to keep her alive in this fight. D.Va's going to be hacked. It looks like, so far, the dominant team looks to be I.K.E.A. But TEAMPEGA still is doing a pretty decent job. And now the resets are going to come out once again from TEAMPEGA. Sorry for the dead air, just trying to watch what's going on. Sometimes you just need some water. TEAMPEPEGA though, looking like they're picking their time to push wisely. They're gonna go off to the right side, but bomb's gonna come out, not gonna catch anybody, but will destroy the Reinhardt shield. Ryan charging in, looking for a positioning. Deadeye comes out. And he's gonna catch two, but the Mercy and the Reaper. D.Va's gonna be D-maxed, and this looks like TEAMPEGA's chance. They're gonna start making their hold onto this point. Earthshatter comes in and a nice team kill for TEAMPEGA, but they used so many ultimates and they ended up burning one. Switching off to the Doomfist, but now they're back to the Pharah. Our special, Death of the Death Blossom, could be a huge ultimate. I.K.E.A. just needs to win one fight and they can walk away with this point. And with the Reinhardt dying, that's going to be a good start. Brigade, Zarya, and McCree all will fall shortly thereafter, and I.K.E.A. has control of this point once again, and a team kill is going to seal that victory on this first round for Nepal. Now we're coming up to Nepal Village, a map that you tend to see quite a bit Junkrat played. You see some of the Symmetra that we're seeing here from Skyor. Oh, like, some of the things you do see a lot is you see the Symmetra, they'll use the teleporter, they'll get you closer to the point. You'll see the Lucio sometimes that we see from Cactus. You'll see a few different compositions, but generally what you normally see is you 100% see the Reinhardt that we see from both these teams, although D.Va is the more common pick. TEAMPEGA has early position on this point. And it looks like what I.K.E.A. is going to do is they're going to be the first ones to force themselves onto this point. Our special going to be the first one to get the pick. And it looks like I.K.E.A. Symmetra is the one that reigns supreme. And I.K.E.A. already going to have a strong presence on this fight. They capped the point and already with 17%. TEAMPEGA looking like they're going to start pushing via the high ground, a different positioning, but our special already has his barrier, which can lock off quite a bit of his damage. Reaper going to drop in, looking to try and get a few picks into here. And that's going to be two good picks for TEAMPEGA to push onto this point. But a Gravitic Flux is going to take out the Lucio, and it looks like this fight was all but won by TEAMPEGA, but now it looks like I.K.E.A. starting to push back in. They're going to be making some moves and keeping this point in their possession. And they only used, I think, 2 ultimates maybe. Whereas when it came to TEAMPEGA, they ended up switching over to the Orisa. They used the bomb. They used the coalescence. Barrier comes out from TEAMPEGA's side, but Reaper is going to be the one that falls to his mirror match. And now the Death Blossom comes in, going to catch the Symmetra as well as the Moira, and TEAMPEGA finally captures this point at 87%. I.K.E.A. has a Death Blossom ready to come out. What I'm thinking is they're going to use this teleporter. They're going to teleport on top of the point, if not walk there. They're going to try and make a push, and the Reaper's going to try and take a backline positioning, trying to get around the team, if not just rush in. Scanner comes out. Reaper's still pushing in with the team. But TEAMPEPEGA is going to be the one that takes out their Reinhardt. And now it looks like I.K.E.A going to be the ones that pull back here. TEAMPEPEGA really pushing in now. They don't want to give up much space. They want to keep this percentage as high as they can, just wasting the time of I.K.E.A and trying to stall out as much as possible. I.K.E.A does end up having ults coming online very quickly. Coalescence and the bomb drop in. Death Blossom going to come out, and the Orisa and the Lucio will end up dying due to that Reaper. Coalescence going to come in and will kill the enemy Reaper for I.K.E.A's favor, and now I.K.E.A able to really start pushing onto this point. They've got a shield, whereas all TEAMPEPEGA has is a diva. Symmetra going to fall, but so will the Orisa. I.K.E.A might have to pull out of this, but they do have their Sigma back in. Doomfist starting to rush in. He's going to try and get the punch out. He's not going to get a pick with that, though. But I.K.E.A has the picks in their favor. Orisa desperately trying to stay alive, but she's going to get thrown down. And I.K.E.A looking like they have their presence on this point. Coalescence coming out from the side of TEAMPEPEGA, but she's going to be taken out almost immediately. And I.K.E.A flips this back over. Last fight territory now for both these teams. Whichever team wins this overtime will walk away with Nepal. Will lift this round. If it's I.K.E.A, then they will walk away with Nepal. Doomfist comes out from the side of TEAMPEPEGA, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be picking out. But a double pick, both supports for TEAMPEPEGA's favor. And a huge Deadeye as well, and this looks like I.K.E.A might be able to make their comeback. That Deadeye, with 5 picks from our special, will help I.K.E.A take Nepal. And a rightfully earned play of the game. It's going to be that massive Deadeye. The supercharger started increasing the damage, so he didn't have to charge up as much damage. And a nice 5-man for our special. A great way to start this match off. It's looking very similar to what we saw with the last game, where it was fairly close. The first map was a little shaky, but then more definitive of who was in the lead. But then, come that second round, it became closer. So, it's gonna be a tough game for both these teams. Let's see if anybody's going to be swapping any roles or if both teams are ready. And our special and odd are actually going to be swapping their roles up a little bit. So our special moving to the tank, odd going to be playing DPS. So that could change some things up for I.K.E.A. So it's going to be tough. I wonder how this is going to go. They might be trying to do odd to run the Pharah with our special playing that tank. And I believe both teams are ready to go. So let's go into our map number 2, I.K.E.A. You gotta put the German accent on it. Or at least try to. I have such a bad German accent. But both these teams are incredibly powerful in their own right. Now, neither team does have any subs on the bench right now. So, there's no real... We're going to be seeing the same players playing, but role swapping is a thing in between maps, which is why players can still flex around a little bit, which is like what we're seeing between our special and Odd. TEAMPEGA seemed to like what their lineup was. What we see from TEAMPEGA right now is the Orisa Hog, a nice control-based composition with a Junkrat Ashe. They've got a really nice chokehold here, whereas from the side of I.K.E.A, what we're going to see is the Pharah. We have just what I thought. Odd is going to be playing on that Pharah. We're going to see the McCree come out, possibly in case there was a Pharah of... TEAMPEGA had a Pharah of their own. The Reinhardt Sigma, the double shield, has proven to be a very good composition, which could actually negate this hard lockout. The Roadhog's going to have a harder time getting some hooks on if he doesn't go for these flank routes. The first pick of the fight will go to Skyroar and then Wanted. Both of them taking out the pharmacy. The Roadhog will get stunned, but he's able to get away using that breather, and it looks like TEAMPEGA going to have the upper hand in this fight right now. Stronghold already from TEAMPEGA, just shooting down that composition. The Pharah was one of the biggest picks there. You took out that Pharah early on, and it basically left I.K.E.A with no form of damage. A strong pick, though, to start off that fight, but a double Riptire taking down both the Moira and the McCree. That's going to be a nice counter to what Odd had just done, and Reinhardt falling shortly thereafter is going to all but finish up that fight, and not even a tick captured, and we're already at 2.5 minutes left. Alright, now, if I were I.K.E.A, I think maybe it's time to switch off the Pharah. It's not working because they're just countering what you're trying to do with it. What TEAMPEGA has realized is your strategy relies on the Pharah getting these early picks, but they're playing a game called, that I like to think of, ignore the Pharah. You try to focus on everybody else, and let the Pharah just do her thing, and then you're just contesting. Skyroar able to take out the Mercy, and there goes the McCree from I.K.E.A, and already TEAMPEGA having a strong upper hand in this fight. Coalesce is going to come out, and the Pharah will fall as well, but so will TEAMPEGA's Junkrat. So if I.K.E.A has an opportunity to push in, this is their opportunity. Not only that, but I.K.E.A has a lot of ults online here. If they're gonna push, they have to do it now. The Supercharger comes out, and so will the Gravitic Flux. Riptire comes in and will catch I.K.E.A's Reinhardt. And now the Junkrat's just doing the cleanup job. TEAMPEGA, a really strong hold on this map. I think we're seeing similar to what we saw in the last match, where these teams are pretty evenly matched, that they go back and forth. Although, so far TEAMPEGA seems fairly dominant on Eichenwald. And the Rocket Barrage will come out, and it will lead to the death of Skyroar, but it also left Odd able to die. A Resurrect trying to come in, but she will get taken out by the Junkrat. And now the Coalescence also takes out I.K.E.A's own Junkrat, and it looks like TEAMPEGA going to have a full hold here on Eichenwald. Tracer just barely able to touch, but that overtime is going to tick down very fast. Tracer needs to get onto this point. She's going to be taken out super fast, though, and I don't think I.K.E.A is really going to have the manpower to get back into this. Hammond able to get back in. The stall potential coming out. Riptire going out, looking to try and just get anything and everything and anything that it can just to lock out, and the full hold will happen for TEAMPEPEGA.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
What I.K.E.A needs to do here is they need to full hold. If they don't, they will lose Eichenwald. So it's possible we could see a map 5 come out of this. I think what's really becoming a detriment is they switch the powerful presence that Odd has on that Zarya and that tank role, and because they switched him to Pharah, they're just able to counter him a little bit easier as he's not playing with the team as much. So what TEAMPEGA is doing is they're just either ignoring the Pharah completely, or they're making sure Pharah is the first one to die, and going from there. Okay, gonna be running with the Ashe Junkrat. Oh, I'm so tired, and I don't know why. Going with the Ashe Junkrat, Orisa Reinhardt, a different version of the double shield, although I think it can be a pretty strong version of it. The Reinhardt can play a little bit more aggressively, and the Orisa is more of that defensive holder. So in case they start to move back onto that point, the Orisa's already there, and because she can fling her shield, it gives it a really large likelihood of being able to help somebody. Whereas the side of TEAMPEGA, they're going to be running once again with the Orisa Roadhog. No Lucio, so they don't have that ability, they don't have that high mobility that they would normally need with this kind of composition. But I.K.E.A choosing to actually set up on point. Junkrat actually able to take out the Pharah with some nades. And Junkrat being actually a really good counter, it looks like, for TEAMPEGA. Not giving them much room to move in here. Ooh, but as I said that, the Junkrat's gonna be one of the first ones to fall in this fight. And Coalescence dealing damage as well as pumping out that heals. Skyroar going to take a pick onto Odd, and now it looks like TEAMPEGA going to be able to take Eichenwald. It looks like they just forced I.K.E.A off that point.
Play of the game. Epic.
It seems we have a consensus.
So, it looks like TEAMPEGA just... It looks like, from what I saw, switching Odd over to the DPS role actually ended up being more of a detriment than an aid, which is why our special literally just told me, I.K.E.A said, put Odd back on the tank, swap our special and Odd. And I'm gonna have to check them. Just gotta swap teams around. In our next map, we will be going to the Temple of Anubis. Now, there might be a sub coming in here. Somebody did just join, and I just gotta check on which team they're on. East. Okay. Just checking to see which team. So they are on TEAMPEPEGA's side. And I think somebody might have just gotten chat bug, which is a thing that has been going around, which I hope they fix in the next update. Yeah. So just need to get the ready from both teams. We could be seeing East come out from the side of TEAMPEPEGA. There he is. I know that or at least I'm pretty sure that I.K.E.A is going to be ready to go for this map 3 on Horizon. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, because I think I'm getting a buddy to cast with for the first time in forever. There it is. Hello!
I just got home and I'm eating Dairy Queen ice cream. I just logged in.
Well, you missed an exciting first match between Aftermath and
I.K.E.A.
not I.K.E.A. It was I.K.E.A's playing in this one. It was crap. It just played too. Icers. Aftermath versus Icers, and it was an incredible match. And so far the score is 1-1 going into map 3, the Temple of Anubis. TEAMPEPEGA just took Eichenwald, and I.K.E.A had taken Nepal. So pretty good matches so far. I'm just waiting for the readies from both teams.
One of my controllers had stick drift, and I worked at GameStop. My coworker called me, "Hey, are you streaming right now?"
Yes.
We got controllers in, so I was like, "Wait, what?" So I got me a new controller. So I just hooked it up, and I'm just now charging it. So I just got it.
I'm just waiting. Yeah, I'm still just waiting for the readies from both teams.
Let me appear online real quick. So yeah, I got a brand new controller. Just hook it out of the package. Just charging it up.
I might have to get another controller myself soon.
Nobody can keep them in. How we got one, I'll never know. But GG. I'm eating ice cream, but wherever the map starts, I can quit eating.
Okay, so we're just waiting on one person from TEAMPEPEGA who went to go use the bathroom. I mean, nature calls, right?
Also, I hate to say this, but effective today, the Poke Cord has been shut down.
Aww.
Mm-hmm. And another server, they said the Poke Cord effective immediately is shut down. We all just dropped F's in the chat.
Is it Pokecourt in its entirety, or is it just in that server?
Entirety.
Wow.
Hold on one second. Let me.
I wonder what happened.
Alright, self promotion. Standings. Okay, here we go. 1 second. In one of our channels, I just pinged you something. If you got a few minutes or a few seconds.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, we literally just dropped F's in chat. We started crying like, no, you made this special. Okay, so in these teams, I'm guessing on Pepega, Hanzo and PR, DPS, Cheeseburger, Skyor, Tanks, Fredo, and Cactus support? Or is it you got Tanks, Damage, DPS? I mean, Tank, DPS support.
Yeah, we do have that. Okay, both teams are ready to go. Sorry, I was doing things and bored. And both teams are ready to go, so we will be going into map number 3, the Temple of Anubis.
Now entering the Temple of Anubis.
Okay.
Initiating match.
Is my mic good and everything? Am I heard good?
I can hear you. I can hear you
Okay.
just fine.
Cool.
But, Temple of Anubis, what are some of the compositions that you think might come out of this?
I could see a Winston Diva or Winston Ball, because Winston can perch up top and dive down when they try to go into corridors. I could see a Junkrat to spamming those. Ash is super strong. A Widow is super strong. I could see a Far Mercy.
And it looks like we are going to see a Junkrat from both sides, as well as a Far Mercy from the side of Pepega. But we've got a Bastion here for I.K.E.A. And fittingly, he's the Lego one.
Yeah. Let's see. This is an interesting setup on I.K.E.A. where the Bastion is set up. This is interesting. It's not what you'd expect. So this is... You got the Bastion Ryan top left of the point at the back end. You got the bottom right, you have the Orisa. So this is interesting.
It looks like I.K.E.A. actually has a really strong hold on this. This Bastion's just taking these specific corners.
Right.
Ooh, and the Bastion's finally gonna get taken out.
But
The immediate res. No! Yeah, it's now at this point that if you're Pepega, you gotta start figuring out what are we gonna do differently, because we need to counter this Bastion. They're playing the protect the president strategy, where you're just keeping one person alive.
I would say if the DPS could do it, there's Sombra, try to hack one of the supports, or try to hack one of the main tanks, that's over a double main tank, get rid of the shield, is an idea. Or if they're in there in a small area, the Moira could just damage the orb, fade out, and the orb just gets massive ult charge. Then if you get Coalescence, combine Coalescence with Mercy ult, that is a massive, like that. So this is what we like to refer to as DPS Moira. Because Immortality can hit with everything. And then special...
Riptire goes all the way to spawn.
Bro, you fell for that. Skit swaps character, walks out of spawn, Riptire. You hate to see it.
And the bad thing is that pulled out a Resurrect, which I don't think was necessary there. You had enough time to set back up. He would have been able to get back fairly quickly.
I could see, on the defense, I could see Supercharger and Valkyrie for a massive damage boost. Then you just out-damage them.
It looks like I.K.E.A is going to be able to maintain this hold, though.
They are. Like, I would do that just because then, you know, you're not going to out-heal them for busted damage. And this is, I don't agree with the tank swap right here with the D.Va Sigma. Because the Ryan has Shatter. There's no shield. The Ryan has a free Shatter and a free Team Wake. If they're all right there together. That's just me. But right now, like I said, if you had a Sombra, and your Sombra had EMP and they're all on the point, it's literally a free take.
TEAMPEPEGA starting to push in through this smaller room. The Supercharger is going to come out with an Earth Shatter. Odd going to be able to catch the Moira, but TEAMPEPEGA fires back, going to take out the Supercharger and the McCree, as well as the Junkrat and his tire. Resurrect onto our special. Here comes the D.Va Bomb. It's going to catch our special, though. And TEAMPEPEGA looks like they're going to have a strong position onto this point now.
If I was the Junkrat, I would go get a heal. Never mind, there's a healing orb.
Oh, always expect the Moira to already be on it. Riptire coming in. It's gonna be huge, catching both the Hammond and our special.
And the Immortality.
Well, you would think with the Immortality there, nobody would die. But it caught the two people that weren't in that Immortality.
You know, I like Ashe, it makes the next guy, but Ashe's reload time is just insanely low. I would almost res Junkrat just
I.K.E.A keeping this stagger coming in, though. They've got 5 people on this point. They could still win this and win this defense.
But
It looks like they've succeeded. They're forcing TEAMPEGA out, but they almost lost the point in its entirety.
you are gonna have Bob. If the junk can spam, you're gonna have 6 ults. Bob's the 7th person. You could Graviton. What you'd have to do is when you grab, they're probably gonna use Baptiste Immortality. Then you could D.Va Bomb on top of it.
Pulse Bomb comes out, looking to try and get that Mercy. But the D.Va is the one that's going to walk away with a pick, taking out our special. Bob coming in. But he actually got stopped pretty short. Primal Rage going to come out, taking out 2 picks. Self-Destruct going to come in. Odd's going to fall, but I.K.E.A has the people there. Riptire coming out, coming from spawn too. It was probably a last-ditch Riptire, just trying to get something. And we'll get our special, but there was a huge trade-off with Hanzo's soul falling on that Sigma.
Right. That's why, like, for me personally, you got to have a main tank. You're running 2 off tanks, and now you switch to a Roadhog. I'm just kind of that person, like, get a shield or just go pure dive. I'm not a big fan of the 2 off tanks.
Well, technically Winston is a shield tank. He just has a crap shield.
Both teams are not running shield tanks. You gotta love this.
No, but they do have a main tank.
Ooh.
The ball. Ball can act pretty well as a main tank.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Full spawn going right at their spawn, and it looks like this is going to be a hold for I.K.E.A.
It's still 90... Let's just say 93%.
92%, 93%, yeah.
It's 92.8, so if you get it's like 92.9, just say 93%. So close.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight for I.K.E.A, but if they are able to take this map, they will go into a 2-1.
Winner's 2-1, right?
You play all 4 maps, so it's different than what preseason was.
Right. But I'm saying, like, so far this is 1-1.
It's so far 1-1. This is map 3.
So the winner goes up 2-1 going into, I guess, Escort? Where there
Yep,
has to be a
Route
winner
66.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh, they're going
Which,
Sombra.
with how these teams are playing, it's possible we might go to a map 5. Which, honestly, I would be excited to see. It's the first day of the season, it's the first week for the season, and the second game of the season, and we might already be looking at a map 5.
Okay, this ought to be interesting.
Borrowed Junkrat coming out from the side of I.K.E.A, whereas they're once, TEAMPEPEGA is once again running the Orisa Hog. They ran this on I.K.E.A both for defense and attack.
Alright, this is, to me, this is going to come down to the hook and pull versus dive, and the other thing is going to be the Far Mercy versus the Mercy Ash combo. It's going to be so which pocket comes out on top. And the difference is, you're going to have some shield with the Orisa.
Ooh, the Winston though, a good pick early on already. And now
Yeah.
I.K.E.A already has the strong position here.
People disrespect the Winston, man. Winston's actually good.
His shield is bad, but him in itself is actually a really good character.
So how about that? A little coordinated dive. Go back to the early days of the game. And you have 6 minutes to take this.
It's just keep that roll going, really.
So now, if I'm I.K.E.A, I go, okay, we got 6 minutes. We could discuss what we want to do and how we want to do it. We could see their swaps. We could figure out Skyor goes to the McCree.
Reaper is going to come out from the side of TEAMPEPEGA, and he's looking for a pick onto the Junkrat. He will get it. Roadhog was trapped, but he is going to use that breather. Barrage going to come out with a Riptire coming in as well. Looking to try and catch anybody. He's going to catch the Roadhog off. And Reaper looks like he's going to barely get away. Make that a no. He's going to die to the damage orb from this Moira. And I.K.E.A takes Anubis relatively uncontested.
Yep. I thought the May could touch, but May couldn't touch.
Play of the game.
The May was almost able to touch.
Wow. Nine minutes. Not bad.
It was a 9-minute match. Oh crap, that was fast.
Bruh. Winston 24 kills, 57 elimination participation. You love to see it.
Winston did a lot, man.
He does.
And now we will be going to our 4th and possibly final map. Which will be Route 66.
I see you changing the team names. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, because I just swapped sides.
Got you.
Yeah, I get pretty quick at doing these.
Oh yeah, same. When you do it for enough leagues, enough
When
teams,
you
you get
do it
used to it.
enough times, you tend to learn just where everything is.
Yeah.
Now we do have somebody on the bench for TEAMPEPEGA, which I gotta swap them over.
Mhm.
Okay, so there's gonna be some role swapping for TEAMPEGA, as well as a sub in. Hanzo and Skywar swap, and then East comes in for Cheeseburger.
Hmm.
So we might see some role swapping coming out from I.K.E.A, although I don't think they will. The two maps that they've won so far have been this lineup. Yeah, I.K.E.A is not going to be swapping anybody around, whereas with TEAMPEGA, they made some big swaps here. They put a tank onto a DPS, they swapped a tank into DPS, and then they also put in a new tank, so they completely changed up their tank line for Root.
Hmm.
You're eating your Blizzard, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fair
I'm eating, so before when the game starts, I'm not eating.
enough. You want to know? I've noticed something. If you look at the player icons between R Special and Lud, I know it's the Swedish flag, but if you look at them the way they are and you turn your head a little bit, it looks like a Japanese gate.
It does.
Still just waiting for the ready from TEAMPEGA. They might be discussing what the plan is.
Hmm.
But Route 66, I've said it in the last match, and it's one of those maps that you can see a few different things, although you tend to see certain compositions more.
Traveling to Route 66.
This match is actually going on less than an hour. I'm happy.
Bruh.
Well, I'm casting 3 games today. My throat is sore as hell.
Hmm. I know. But that was fun. We got 3 games today. Also, the 3 games back to back to back.
It's not back to back necessarily.
Ready for battle.
Pause. Always. Someone DC or someone have issues?
No, somebody's not there.
Okay.
I was told ready.
Yes.
The guy freaking left.
Hold on.
Okay, we good? Okay, it was just somebody thinking that somebody wasn't there. We're fine.
Attackers incoming
Bruh.
in 30 seconds.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All systems checked out. Ready for combat maneuvers.
But it looks like what I.K.E.A is going to do is they're going to be running with the Junkrat Pharah. So, high burst damage, dive composition is what they're doing.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers in
Defense, it is Ryan, Zarya, Reaper, Ashe, Moira, Mercy. Moira's going to be a hybrid. You pick on the Mercy with the damage orb.
Yeah, that's not going to be a good start for their dive here.
Yep. The ball's going to the gas station trying to get some heals.
Ball's actually coming in to do some disruption, it looks like.
Yep. This is kind of huge as the Pharah does to help Fredoa.
Yeah, it looks like it's just like it's a poke fight. And a huge pick though onto that Reaper. Wraith's not gonna save you when you get knocked off the edge.
I wonder what. It's kind of weird to see Free pop that ult. Especially with the team dying. I figured save it for the next team fight. Guy. The Ryan switched to a D.Va and the Zarya switched to a Ryan. Okay.
Because Moira can charge her ult up fairly quickly where it's basically just another ability, but when you've lost a fight, why bother using it? Huge picks onto that with that barrage, getting both the supports. Coalescence coming out from the side of I.K.E.A, but it looks like Pega's going to keep this contest going on. Death Blossom going to take 2 picks, but it looks like I.K.E.A just says, no, we're keeping this point.
You're going to have 4 ults, 2 tank, 1 DPS, 1 support on attack, and on defense, nothing, except for a Bob.
I mean, they might have the Valkyrie online pretty quickly. But I mean, Valkyrie plus Bob is actually a decent combo that people don't think of.
I nano Bob.
Everyone nanos Bob.
You know what? That reminds me, I played a game one day. Person played support, and the name was Nano Boost My SR.
Speaking of Bob though, Bob's coming out! He's gonna get a pick on the Mercy, as well as help take out the Pharah and the Moira, and this fight is just going in favor of TEAMPEPEGA. Mines are on point, but it's just the tanks left, and they have no supports.
For TEAMPEPEGA on defense, this Shatter is going to be interesting. Because the Pharah's gonna be this guy with the Mercy. The ball's gonna be around, the Winston's gonna be around. You can shatter with the Junkrat and the Moira, maybe?
It's definitely a shadow that you're gonna have to use as a solo shatter. But a huge bomb, that's gonna take out both that's gonna take out the pharmacy, and the Winston will fall thereafter. Hammond, though, is able to get back to that point, and it looks like this is I.K.E.A.'s fight to win. Gonna stagger out this D.Va.
That's the one thing with the Junkrat in a small room. It is just spam damage, and there's nothing the Mercy could do.
There's nothing many things can do when a Junkrat is just spamming into a small room.
I don't know if you just caught it, but the big bad Jane.
Death Blossom comes in, but he's actually gonna get bopped into the air. Moira dying to a trap, but it looks like I.K.E.A has all but lost this fight.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but up top, the big bad J for I.K.E.A just sat still, just damage boosted the Junkrat spun into that hallway. Just stand still, click the button, didn't even move. Interesting. Oh, that's a good cut. And we'll get res, yes.
We still need you.
And I.K.E.A does have a rocket barrage. They're gonna have basically 6 ults for this fight.
Yes. Versus 3, but Moira's Moira's Moira. Moira can get ult charge really quickly.
Yeah, like I
Liberator's
said,
behind them point.
like I
Is
said,
engaged.
Coalescence is basically just another cooldown.
There's a Bob.
It was a
And they're
little
shooting
early
Bob.
for that Bob, though.
Bob gets nothing. Bob got the tire. So, good job.
Bob did something? Coalescence comes in, gonna take out the Ash. Junkrat's gonna take out the Moira with the Primal Rage also coming in. And I.K.E.A looks like they just 3-ulted that.
Now they have a Sombra, so they're going to try to get the hacky EMPs and try to cap this with a good time bait.
Hack onto that Mercy. Pharah are gonna be the first one to fall in this altercation. Sombra looking for this EMP, trying to get some ult charge for this EMP. They don't like the Mercy, it looks like.
Yeah. Takes down the ball, second a trap, damage orb. Used ult is already 15%. That damage orb comes in handy. Another buff.
This one thing I do want to point out is that Ashe has Bob basically every other fight.
Yep.
Like, they're able to charge up Bob super fast, where they basically always got a 7th member.
And also, the dynamite, if the dynamite can be properly used, there's like a huge damage dealer coming around.
Huge tire!
Tried to
That
shoot
catches
it too.
both support and the Ashe, and now I.K.E.A is just going to keep moving it forward, but they've left the payload!
There's the stagger.
Now everyone's starting to get back. They're trying to cap this as fast as possible.
But
Coalescence gonna come out. Sombra still trying to charge up this EMP.
Sombra has EMP.
Yeah, she's got EMP.
And she's
And a huge
six-man.
EMP. But I.K.E.A looks like they're gonna fire back. The resurrect comes out of TEAMPEPEGA, but TEAMPEPEGA has already lost a few too many people due to this Junkrat.
And that is the shatter. We have to run. But we're in overtime, so if this goes to overtime, we at least have a minute on the clock.
Moira still trying to contest this. TEAMPEPEGA doesn't want to give this up. They're going to put as many bodies as they can onto this point and keep this contest going. Hammond, though, getting trapped. That's not going to do well for that contest. Sombra's back, but she's going to get taken out. Now the TEAMPEPEGA brings out their own Winston. This point just keeps inching ever slowly forward. Hammond once again trapped.
At 1,000 HP. Just
Finally,
I think
I.K.E.A is
that-
able to capture it, but
I think right there you needed the Diva Bomb if you could have had one. Because if you had the Diva Bomb, they would have all scattered.
Initiating match.
so if I.K.E.A wins this, they take the match. If TEAMPEPEGA wins this, we go to map 5.
Well, this is they got to win the map first. I mean, this could go to overtime. You know, we gotta see their attack and see if there's overtime or not. So we shall see, but this is going to be probably extremely close. Both teams look evenly matched.
Superiority of ideas.
Looks like we're gonna see a double hit scan from TEAMPEPEGA, possibly expecting a Pharaoh, which is going to be played. So my bet is I.K.E.A might swap off this Pharaoh really, really fast.
Connection ongoing. Ich bin da.
Pharaoh Mercy for the side of I.K.E.A with a Rhine Sigma double shield, whereas TEAMPEPEGA is using the Moira Ashe combo. Oh no, I just thought of the name for that pocket duo.
We got it on the boys. Best healer in A.
Hanzo is actually going to get the first pick of this on that dash. Resurrect's going to come out to help bring the Junkrat back.
Needs to heal the Ana, or Ana needs to nail herself.
Ashe going to fall. Ana's able to get some heals though. She was so close to dying.
Huge sleep. Nade got 8, I think.
I.K.E.A doing a strong hold right now.
Let's see. Mazari's not even, he's only at 30 ult charge.
Yeah, I.K.E.A is going to have a huge ult advantage. Mercy can charge up her ultimates pretty quickly if your team is getting damaged. Moira already has it. Pharah's going to have it in this fight. Junkrat's going to get it from this fight.
The Ana got too greedy right there.
Earthshatter comes in but goes straight into a shield. Rocket Barrage though comes out from behind. Tactical Visor coming in from the side of TEAMPEGA, going to catch 2, make it 3!
Good choice.
That's huge right there.
These teams are just really evenly matched. One team looks like they have the upper hand, then the next moment the other team's just breaking forward.
Let's see. They're filling up everybody. They're gonna have bot. Ooh, they got Nano.
Gravitic Flux comes in and is gonna catch the huge tire though. And I.K.E.A looks like they're gonna be able to stabilize with this recontest.
From this me looking up, that Zarya just looks like not as really comfortable in the Zarya as some other tanks. Now, that Mercy is swapped to a Moira. So we get the Moira Ana combo. We also have a Bob. It's Bob versus Val. Corrections, no Bob versus Val. With this fight. Okay.
I.K.E.A deciding to hold on top of the gas station. A quick way for them to drop back on this payload.
If this Zarya is super close, you can get max charge, crap ton of damage, grab.
The Pegasus is just super weary here. They don't want to push in.
It's like, I mean, I get that Sigma could eat it. You know, like, I get that, but
You've gotta make a move. Tactical Visor comes out. It was a big move last time, but it only gets the Junkrat this time. Now, I.K.E.A is gonna bring out their own Bob just to lock out this point, and it looks like I.K.E.A might just walk away with this easy win on Vert 66. Moira able to get to the point, causing the overtime. Earthshatter comes out through that room, and I.K.E.A just gonna force this overtime to tick down. There's no real content there.
I.K.E.A will take this 3-2. I think at the end of the day, that Zarya should have been more aggro, especially when you're high charge. This was with the triple kill where they got the two supports and the Ashe up top. $13 minutes. Let's see. OD on the objective time. I.E.V.X on the healing. Jade on the assist, and R special on the damage.
So I know you joined a little late. What would you like to help me with these MVPs?
Sure.
So, TEAMPEPEGA left already.
I could say special. I could say OD. You know, the support line was good. I could see I.E.V.X. They both left. Whichever you, like I said, you saw more of the game than I did. I was late.
I gotta say, our special was doing quite a bit with his DPS. But Odd was also a strong presence on that tank. The one map that I.K.E.A lost was when they had Odd playing on DPS. So I think I.K.E.A, I'm going to give it to Odd, just because with him being on that tank, it was a huge benefit for I.K.E.A, and that's, in my opinion, that's one of the major reasons that they were able to win those maps. For Pega, though, I have to relook at that roster.
Yeah.
Because TEAMPEPEGA was doing quite a bit to keep things at bay. Right now, I'm between Skyor and Hanzo, because they were making huge kills. They were keeping these fights alive for TEAMPEPEGA.
Right.
We'll say Hanzo.
Cool, we'll say Hanzo too.
Alright. Well, congratulations to those two for our MVPs. And we have one more game later on tonight at 6. It will be ZG, formerly known as H Warriors. I'm not going to say the full name. And Moisty Boys. So, hopefully you guys will tune into that. And with that, thank you for joining me, at least for these last two maps.
Right. No problem, dude. Sorry.
And I'll see you guys again in the next one.